The determined King Vikramaditya went back to the tree once again. He brought the corpse down from the tree, placed it on his shoulder, and started walking silently toward the cremation ground as usual. Then the Vetala inside the corpse spoke. "King, you look like someone who is suffering punishment without committing any crime. But I will tell you the story of a young man who committed a crime and escaped punishment. Listen carefully so that you do not feel tired." A traveler reached the city of Kanchana late at night after a long journey. Since he was new to the city and did not know where to stay, he lay down on the platform in front of a house on a wide street and soon fell asleep. After some time, he woke hearing low voices. Two people were talking softly. From their conversation, the traveler understood that one was a young man and the other was a guard. The guard said, "Boy, theft is a serious crime and a great sin. Why did you do this at such a young age? You have invited royal punishment and hell upon yourself." The young man replied, "You are right, sir, but my situation became unbearable, so I did this bad deed. If you forgive me this time, I swear I will never steal again." The guard asked, "What situation forced you to do this?" The young man then told his sad story.
He came from a very poor family. His father died when he was very young. His mother worked in rich people's houses to raise him. Later, she opened a small food shelter for travelers and used the earnings to run the house and educate her son. One night, a husband and wife came to their house. His mother served them food and gave them a place to sleep. The next morning, both of them were found dead. Doctors examined them and said they died due to poison. When the leftover food was checked, a dead lizard was found in it. The mistake was made by the woman who ran the food shelter, but she did not do it intentionally. It was an accident, and she was unaware of it. Still, the matter reached the king. The king held a trial and sentenced her to death. Some people in the court objected, saying that intentional murder and accidental death should not receive the same punishment. The king then showed mercy and declared that if she paid a fine of 10,000 gold coins within 1 month, she would be spared. Otherwise, she would be executed after the deadline. The young man had no idea how to get such a huge amount. He worked night and day, cutting and selling firewood. Despite all his efforts, at the end of the month, he had earned only 100 gold coins. The next day, his mother was to be hanged. Left with no choice, the young man stole money and was caught by the guard that very night. The traveler who overheard the story felt deeply moved. Even the guard seemed softened. He said, "Your suffering is terrible, but stealing is a big mistake. Couldn't you borrow money from someone?" The young man replied, "Who would lend me 10,000 gold coins, and how could I ever repay it?" The guard then asked, "Couldn't you marry a rich woman?" The young man answered sadly, "Forget a rich woman. Who would even give me a poor bride?" After thinking for a while, the guard said, "What's done is done. Never steal again. I am poor too and have many troubles."
"Keep what you need from the stolen money, give the rest to me, and go your way." Hearing this, the traveler became very angry. A guard not only let a criminal go free, but also took a share of the stolen money. This was a serious crime. The next day, the traveler went to the royal court, but he did not report the guard's crime to anyone. The young man paid the fine and saved his mother's life. After telling the story, the Vetala asked, "King, whose crime is the greatest? The king who imposed such a cruel fine? The young man who committed theft? The guard who took a bribe and released a thief? Or the traveler who saw everything but told no one?" Even if the traveler felt pity for the young man, why did he not expose the guard's crime? If you know the answers and still remain silent, your head will burst. King Vikramaditya replied, "The traveler was angry at the guard, but if he exposed him, the young man's theft would also be revealed. As a result, the young man's mother would surely be executed. To save her life, the traveler had to hide both crimes. The guard did not usually ignore crimes. He believed theft was a serious sin. After hearing the young man's story, he may have decided to share the burden of the sin by taking part in it. But the greatest criminal of all is the king, who placed a value of 10,000 gold coins on the life of a poor, helpless woman who survived by feeding others. In such a ruler's kingdom, justice can never truly exist. As soon as the king broke his silence, the Vetala vanished along with the corpse and returned to the tree.